Hello YouTube, and welcome back to World of Warships with Wadres again. And just to start off, I'm going to apologize for any background noise that you happen to hear. As I've said in one of my previous videos, my mom runs a kitten rescue out of our home, and, well, as of today we have 12 10 to 8-week-old house cruisers, and they are playing all up and down the hallway in the background. And because they are newer and younger kittens who can't really understand anything, my normal practices for keeping them at bay from my door and whatnot aren't really acceptable per se. So unfortunately, I am going to have background noise, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Nor is there any chance that I have of minimizing it anytime in the near future, so I'm sorry to say I'm just going to have to deal with it and work with it. Anyway, as you can see going through my port view, I have 4 brand new ships to play with. The Asashio B, the Otago B, the Massachusetts B, and the Tirpitz B. For those of you who have been paying attention to the event boards and Warships main page, you will know that these are the ships that are currently only offered for the Black Friday event, and you can either buy them separately or you can get them from the Black Friday special crates. And, well, let's just say that I have dipped into my pocket, and I have gotten a few crates, and I managed to get all 4 of these ships for 2 sets of 20 crates, so 2 sets of 12 crates, so 24 crates in total, and about $100 out of pocket, but that's beside the point. Hey, I'm allowed to splurge on myself every now and then, aren't I? Anyway, these ships are very beautifully camouflaged. I mean, as you can see looking over them, they just have some absolutely gorgeous details. Both, just about every inch that could be silver or black is, though I do happen to notice that the Tirpitz B has the red Kriegsmarine crosses on the front, fore and aft ends. So, one of the things that I actually did here real quick was just kind of look through and make sure that there weren't similar little Easter eggs hiding on the Otago, Asashio, or the Massachusetts, but I didn't find anything especially unique, aside from the fact that the Otago definitely has some really, really wicked-looking deck plating with the silver highlighting. But that's another matter entirely. Overall, they're beautiful ships. And I've only just gotten the Asashio and the Tirpitz B today, so I haven't really had much of a chance to play through them all, but I've had the Massachusetts for a little while, and I have also had the Otago for a little while, and I've played a couple of battles in them. And, well, anybody who already has the Otago or the Massachusetts knows that they will play pretty much the same way as their base versions. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that I wish the Shadow Lurker camouflage were a little bit closer to that of the black camouflages for the special premiums, but you know what, I can understand why it's not, though. It would be nice to have the option to get additional black camouflages for some of the other, dare I say, special ships. Wargaming, it would be really interesting to have my Missouri in a black camouflage. Hint, hint. Anyway, moving on. Overall, I am going to be running the battle I'll show you in the Massachusetts B, and my build is pretty much usual, aside from the fact that I have some of her main modules switched out for the secondary battery bonus modules. So I've got secondary batteries mod 1 and secondary batteries aiming mod 1, or mod 2, whichever one it is, because the Massachusetts B is specifically noted for having substantially better secondaries than her contemporary ships in the U.S. battleship line. And, of course, they are the fairly standard U.S. Battleship secondary batteries, being the 127 caliber 127 millimeter cannons that you see on just about every single U.S. ship above Tier 7 for a secondary battery mount. And, I mean, the other nice thing is that they fire relatively quickly. I think it's 3.4 second reload on these suckers. And they are capable of going out to 10.8 kilometers, just like the secondary batteries of the Yamato, the Bismarck, just about any of the ships that actually have reasonably good secondary builds these days. So they have some pretty damn good range, and even without any modifications on this ship at all, because I did accidentally take it into a match without any modifiers on it at all, the secondary batteries are actually pretty damn accurate all on their own. So I'm curious to see what happens when I can actually get the manual secondaries skill on this captain. I think these secondaries are going to move very quickly into the realm of overkill, especially when targeting smaller ships like destroyers with that kind of dispersion correction. But, that's, excuse me, sorry, still coughing. But that's something that's going to be interesting to see overall. Anyway, just moving on, talking about the ship's stats real quick. She has 66,300 hit points with a really dramatic 46% torpedo reduction. And just kind of looking along her hull, you can see that torpedo bulge she has is massive. You can actually see it sticking out from the sides of the ship, even up to her main armor belt. So it is a thick sucker. So it's kind of understandable as to why her torpedo reduction is so dramatic. Aside from that, she does have the standard 406 millimeter rifles that are seen on all U.S. battleships above Tier 7. She has a maximum speed of 27.5 knots. She has pretty much standard U.S. battleship anti-air defense. She does have a nice, tight 710 meter turning circle. Her rudder shift is a little slow, but I mean, she is a battleship. And from the surface, she is seen at 14.5 kilometers. From the air, she is seen from 11 kilometers. And after firing her main battery in smoke, she is seen at 16 kilometers. And again, overall, she is a beautiful ship. I mean, even if I had the regular Massachusetts, her standard camouflage would definitely be nice, but that black is just sharp looking. Now, I do have the regular Tirpitz, and I am going to still play her on occasion because, you know, the aesthetics of some of her camouflages. I've got her in the Norwegian camo, which is strikingly beautiful. And I do have the regular Atago with its combat camouflage, and you can see me kind of looking through the list to actually remember which one I had on. But, I mean, overall, these are beautiful ships, even in their standard forms, and they do have some beautiful camouflages. I do wish that I could trade some of these camouflages out for the on the black versions, but you know what? I'm not going to complain too terribly much about having a couple of extra ships in my port, especially ones that just look so sharp right off the bat. These are, again, beautifully detailed camos. Anyway, moving on into the battle, just let this go on in the background while I talk to you a little bit more about my returns from these Black Friday crates. As you've already seen, I did manage to land all 4 of the Black Friday ships, so that's a pretty substantial bonus right there already, considering that 2 sets of 12 at $54 each, so $108 worth of investment in these containers, crates. I've already made off a substantial bonus, I should say, from purchasing these crates, as opposed to if I were to buy these ships outright. The current bundle that's being offered gives $120.77 for all 4 ships, including camouflages, doubloons, and missions. So there's that right off the bat. I've already got a substantial discount on these ships. Plus, they do come with the automatic mission for earning doubloons just for winning battles in the main versions. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the regular Massachusetts or the regular Asashio, and I do not plan to get them, mind you. But, so that's 2 missions that I really can't take much of an advantage of unless I end up with those ships at some point or other. But it's still 5,000 more doubloons overall for completing all of these missions than I would have had otherwise. So there's also that. On top of that, I have also landed 70 days worth of premium time from 5 instances of 14-day rewards, from 5 instances of 35,000 free experience points. I have earned 175,000 free experience points through these crates, which consequently have actually earned me 750,000 free experience points on my account right now, which I am saving up for the Alaska whenever it comes out. Wargaming would be nice to know when that's happening too. Beyond that, I did also get a couple of instances of doubloons for a total of 2,500 doubloons in that way. And I also earned 40 T-59 camos and 80 of the Shadow Lurker camos, not counting the free earnings crates that you get just for playing along. And I've worked out some values. I mean, for the 70 days worth of premium time, that's about $35.56, getting that exact number. For the free EXP, that's about $7,000, or sorry, 7,000 doubloons conversion, which, using the any amount doubloon purchase as my conversion rate, that's about $31.88 worth of doubloons, or free EXP. The T-59 camos at 125 doubloons each for purchase, that's about 5,000 doubloons, for a total of $23.56. And, of course, the Shadow Lurker camos do not have a value given to them. I'm placing them maybe roughly about 50 doubloons, which at that rate, that's about 4,000 doubloons, or $19.28 value. So, I actually calculated all of this to come out to, if I had purchased any of these things outright, depending on how I had gotten the ships, if I had gotten them separately or in the bundle, I would have spent either $243.68 or $263.51 for the same amount of value I have gotten from these crates for $108. Now, granted, this is all digital content. This is stuff that is not permanent. So yeah, I've splurged on things that if Wargaming ever shuts down and closes down the World Warships servers, these are lost. They're gone. I'm not getting them back. I splurged on them because I wanted to, and because I thought they would be a little bit on the interesting side to actually provide some Wargaming content as well. But overall, I mean, that there are some things that I splurged, and I'm probably not going to be splurging for a little while again. And under those circumstances, I am actually glad that I got so much value from these crates to begin with, just because things are getting a little bit tight on my finances, and so it's actually nice getting so much from these crates that actually helps out towards some of the goals that I'm going for, especially the free EXP savings. So that's something that I do definitely enjoy. Now, I will come back to one of the things that I said regarding my public service announcement for the Royal Navy crates. Just like the Royal Navy crates, these are still RNG-based crates. Your returns, your success rate on these is not guaranteed to be anywhere near the same as mine. And I will say the same thing I did about the Royal Navy crates, in that when you are buying these crates, you are essentially gambling with your money. Now, I bought them because I figured this was spare change that I could afford to blow on minimal return at best. But I wanted the chance, and I ended up actually getting some reasonably good rewards. If you are considering these crates, make sure that this is money that you are willing to spend, and that if you are willing to risk only getting the Shadow Lurker camos, or a small handful of doubloons, or a handful of free experience points, but none of the ships, then I'd say that's entirely your choice. But be forewarned, these are RNG-based returns. You are not going to get a guarantee of these ships at all for buying these crates. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And that was something that I had in mind when I spent this $108. I wanted to spend the money. I wanted to have a chance at these ships that I was not looking to purchase by any other means. And with that being in mind, I definitely got more than I expected. Though I will say the second set that I bought was actually going back, because when I bought the first set, the ship that I actually wanted was the Tirpitz B, which I didn't get on the first round. So as a result, I waited a couple of weeks for my finances to build up a little bit, and I looked at my finances this week and said, you know what, I think I can afford to splurge a little bit more, and I got the second set, and what do you know it, I got the Asashio and I got the Tirpitz. So I'm a happy camper all around. And now I get to work on grinding out the Tirpitz B's mission for doubloons. But anyway, battle is over, and as you will see, the Massachusetts definitely has some good returns. That was definitely a outstanding battle as far as I'm concerned for the Massachusetts B as well. 109,000 damage done, 188,000 credits earned, gross for the match. 4 ship kills, 35 target hits, 4 fires. But look at those secondary hits. 224 hits from the secondary battery. Damn! I don't think I've even seen numbers like that from my Tirpitz or my FDG. So yeah, those are some pretty dramatic numbers. And of course I did earn 104 free experience points from this match, and 1,718 regular experience points. I was top of the team with 564 base experience points earned. Good bit ahead of our next best earning member of the team, Honor Atlanta. Overall, my secondary batteries did 15,000 points worth of damage to enemy ships, which, again, I still find those numbers absolutely flabbergasting. Net earnings for the match, 99,139 credits, and the commander earned 1,786 experience points. Anyway, on that note, I suppose I shall let you all go. You all take care, happy hunting, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all again next time.